Guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. Well, I am standing in the greenhouse. Two of the thermometers here say 40 Celsius. I think that's 110. That's without the roof sealed up, no insulation. So these windows are going to make it really, really hot in here, as I had hoped, I think. Seems to be working really well. Now, it is an unseasonably warm fall day. We've had some cooler weather, and today it's 25 on the other side of the tiny house in the shade. Like I said, that window used to be 50 Celsius, like topped out at 50. And just moving it to the north side has made it 25 instead of 50. So huge, huge difference in the orientation of your windows. So having these all oriented south is going to make this really hot. Hopefully hot enough in the winter that we don't have to heat it. That's the hope. Days like this in the summer, you know, we can open the doors at each end, we can open all the windows, and we're actually using this little DeWalt vacuum to vacuum all the flies out of the windows. The flies are insane this time of year because, like mice, they're all trying to get inside. And even the expensive custom windows that we ordered, the flies are getting in through the windows. Just irritates me, but that's another whole story. Another one of my pet peeves. But so far, this is looking really good. I turned these ones away from the sun, so it's just, so that's, let me see if I'm looking at it right, 100 degrees, just 98, I guess. I still don't have the stop at the bottom there, and of course, like I said, we're losing all the heat up here because heat rises. So this temperature, once it's sealed up, I would imagine, is going to be a lot hotter. So this one here is 96. This one here says about the same, I think, about 96. So, yeah, 40 Celsius must be like 105 or something. Anyway, looking pretty good. The flies are driving me crazy. We go through with the little DeWalt and vacuum them a couple times a day just because they're irritating. But won't be very long before there aren't any more flies to bother us. So I have to wait until Chris gets the ceiling done because this stuff is all in his way when he's trying to do the ceiling. And it's really irritating having to move stuff like this when you're trying to work. So got two pieces of insulation done on this side. The reason he hasn't gotten any more done is because we spent yesterday and today butchering the turkeys. So we may end up doing a video on that next year, only because we went online to find some videos on how to get the neck off better, or, you know, further down or whatever, and we really had a hard time. They seem to skip over that on a lot of the videos. So we may end up making a video of us butchering the turkeys next year. But we ended up with a 33 pounder. Oh, honestly, it was like spending the day wrestling alligators. Just crazy. I can't even imagine if those things had gotten to be 40 pounds, which the males do, we would have been in serious trouble. So we had a 33, two 30s, 29, 25, 19, 18, and two 17s. So the females were quite a bit smaller. Thank goodness. We did those today. I was still having muscle spasms in my back and shoulders from doing the windows. And my wrists are so sore and everything. So doing this, I was going to say alligators. The turkeys yesterday and today was just brutal. So a lot of work. Hopefully they'll taste good. My goodness, I was really pleased with the way the breasts and the legs are really plump and round. So I'm really happy with the shape of the turkey and everything. So we'll see. The other thing we did do, we're having the 18 pounder this weekend for Thanksgiving. The 30 pounder, we had to take one of the 30 pounders because most people don't want a turkey that big. So what we did was we cut it all into pieces like we did with our chickens this year. So one leg in a package, one wing in a package. And we actually, the breasts were 7.5 pounds almost. So we actually cut the breasts, the turkey breasts, in half as well and packaged them. So they're all vacuum sealed. So that's just awesome. It's just much, I mean, even that is probably going to be 2 or 3 meals for us. So the drumsticks, I mean, you look like Fred Flintstone holding one of these drumsticks. It's pretty funny. But I was saying before my battery ran out, it was not Buddy, it was Buster, the white rooster that has disappeared. And he sort of stepped up as the protector after Rusty dying. So he probably was defending the flock, and he disappeared during the day. So the coyote came and got him during the day when they're free ranging. So that's very concerning. The coyote hasn't been back since we got a shot off with the 12 gauge. So hopefully we got him with some buckshot. But we've got the alarms right by the coop, and we are on the watch for more, because once they get a taste of it, they keep coming back. But anyway, let's go see if there's any more eggs today. I haven't got my little chocolate egg from Wilma yet, and I don't think Ruby has deposited another egg in her little hiding spot, but let's go out there and check that too. The other good news is Screech 1 and Screech 2 are not spending the whole day in the nesting box. Thank goodness, but no little chocolate egg from my Wilma. I hope she doesn't have a hiding spot too. My goodness. Look who's out and about. Is Fred protecting you? I believe that is Screech 2, Snow. He's doing a good job, aren't you, Fred? And look at how beautiful you are in the sunshine. The other thing I did the other day was I got all the corn pulled. The only thing left to do is some carrots. And we can roll this fabric up. And then I think we'll let the chickens in here, and then they can just deposit all their goodness. What was that? A crow maybe? They're not good for the chickens either. They like to eat the chickens. Who is that? Might be a blue jay. They're awful yappy, screechy things. Yep, that's a yappy, screechy blue jay. Oh, and then there's Fred. Oh, Fred. So, let's go check. Oh, look at my girls here. Wilma, you're enjoying a bath, but I don't have a chocolate egg. What's going on? What's going on? I have one green egg. Was it yours, Chrissy? I think it was, because I petted you in there earlier, didn't I, sweetie? Yes. Look at this. Desi's standing guard. They love it behind the compost when the weather is warm. So the girls are all bathing back here. Now they're running away because I disturbed them. But the dirt's nice and soft and warm back here. It's one of their favorite spots when it's a warm day. I'm sorry. You were doing such a good job, Desi. So there's my 18 eggs I have to toss, but I have to do it when I have something else to put in the compost, because I do not want them getting a taste for eggs. Barney's in here where he's not supposed to be again. I've got these girls segregated because of their feathers. That's poor little Hazel, and she's still got a bare spot on her back. Hers is the worst right there. And her feathers are coming back, so she needs a break from bad boys like Barney. And there's my little Ruby that won't stay on her eggs this time. 18 chicks would have been awesome, you know. Okay, Barney, out you go. He just goes straight for the gate. He knows he's not supposed to be in here. Come on. Get going. Bad boy. Bad boy. Oh, you're so pretty in the sun, too. Listen to that. Peace and quiet. I am so glad those turkeys are gone. I'll show you Ruby's little hidey hole. She's back in the run there. We're keeping the girls that need their feathers to grow back in there, and Ruby was in there with the babies too, and she keeps asking to go back in. So she comes and goes because she doesn't have a problem with her feathers right now. But you know, I'm surprised she didn't stay out here. But this is the bin was just like this over top of these logs, so it didn't fill with water. And she's going in through this little hole under the log, and she had, oh, it's hard to even get up. So she had 18 eggs in there, which is pretty funny. I would have left them if I thought she would stay on them, but she wasn't staying on them at night, which is unusual. Usually the hen just disappears and stays with her eggs and then comes back with a whole bunch of chicks, which would have been really nice. But she didn't. So I pulled all my tomato and pepper plants that were killed by the frost. Again, they still have not forecasted below 0 temperatures yet. And we've had lots and lots of nights that were like -4. So I have been using my little rocket heaters with the clay pots, and then Chris, it was really cold the other night, so he put the little buddy heater in here. It's got the little propane bottles. But a bunch of my red sweet peppers are turning now, and all of this stuff is doing great. So even the blossoms on the jalapenos didn't get damaged. So we're keeping this alive. I can't wait to get everything moved into the big greenhouse, because this thing's, well, I think we've got this week coming of good weather too, so we can get the ceiling done and the insulation, and then we'll move all of these pots and trees and everything inside. And I will also move all of these bins and pots in, and maybe even get the orchard mowed one more time. Make it nice and tidy looking. Still cannot make up my mind whether I've got 3 roosters here. I know you're supposed to be able to tell by the tail feathers, but I can't tell. I'm definitely not the expert. So I'm pretty sure the big white one is a rooster, and that he's like Buster, but yeah, he's got the tail feathers, like he's definitely a rooster. But the other 2 I just really don't know about. This one is little chicken's egg. That's grumpy old Hazel pecking at them. Yes, you're an old grump, Hazel. You get away with a lot just because you're the favorite, don't you? And look at this beautiful boy. You are so pretty, Barney. Yes, but you don't treat the ladies very nice, do you? No, you don't. You're not very polite. You're not very polite, are you? You're a bit of a ruffian. Aren't you? Look at you with your pretty gray beard. Hey? My goodness.